I was in the dark, flashing on the star. Tell us where we are, sliding in the dark.
And then every once in a while you just have like this really, really awesome show. And it's like, what happened at that show that made it so good? There has to be something going on with the venue. That was like the one thing that I could pin down. Something about the ambiance, something about the love that was in that house or that building or whatever.
In the food court by the high store, I could love in such unremarkable ways, but what good passes are.
In our society, we're taught to not create, we're taught to consume, right? We're not taught to make things for other people, we're taught to take things from other people. So, I mean, when you're looking at something like punk music and folk music, all you have to do is pick up the guitar, and it's 3 chords, right? You know, Seeger, like Pete Seeger always talks about the people's key. It's the people's key, you know, G or D. I can't remember. But the fact of the matter is, it's not about the chords. It's not about that. It's about connection.
I was in the dark, flashing by the star.
Just how there's like a local food movement, you know, and like a sustainable movement happening, and people are trying to make things that are sustainable for themselves. That's also stemming over to the arts and culture, you know, where it's not like, you know, it's like if you're a creative person and you just want to create, then, you know, there are other creative people all over the world that are feeling the exact same way, you know, and are just trying to help create, you know. Like I said, I'm totally blessed to be able to facilitate a very, very small part of that.
So many shows have happened here. It's been great. I think people are sad, but it's okay. You know, this is a culture that is so much stronger than this space. This space is at its height right now, actually. We've never been more organized and strong, and like, I started a bank account for this space, you know, like I have a checkbook that I pay bills with, like it was, you know, going well, but you know, no one's worried about not having the ability to book a show because it's DIY. It's like, I'll book a show if I want to, and it'll be at a venue, or it'll be at a house, or it'll be wherever, you know, like, that's not gonna stop.
Stored due to food courts, we could burn through at some unsurmountable.
Especially at a DIY show, people are creating a space, you know, and an energy and a synergy between the band and the people there. Contrary to, you know, everything else, you know, in our society, you know, people just supporting each other, or, you know, bumping into each other, like wanting to be together instead of isolated. I think that's like the main goal for me, like politically, is that I want everyone to feel included.
But what good passes our author still should stand.
The U.S. has never been very good at supporting arts and music anyway, although it is like a creative hotspot, which is a really interesting mix. Like, we have this really beautiful, like very unique creative atmosphere that a lot of people in other countries really like envy. There's something about like just like the mosh pit of things coming together, but at the same time, governmentally, we've never had a lot of support for it. Because of that, it's been a really awesome sort of like rebellious experiment to see if people can choose to support what they actually care about in a small way. It's really exciting to have projects that are basically built to feed back into its own system. So we're like paying rent to our own project. Like we're paying rent to this building, which is really exciting because it means that we're feeding ourselves and the community's feeding itself.
The nature of the DIY network, like across the whole country, is that people are just so excited to be in a space where people are, taking care of them, and where they care, They make sure that they sound good, they feed them, show them around, have a bunch of laughs, And the positivity that happens from that has stemmed out to where people call and want to play here. They want to be here, because it's a positive environment for people to share ideas,
As blistering boots will yield with use, so socks will sock the brine, and golden tooths lodged in roof cannot outdo the growing kind. Is that something that you've often done, or only done it off and on?
All of these places that I've seen around the country have influenced what I want to do with the space here. So I want to have a place where we can host lots of people with a kitchen nearby, where we can serve them tea, where we can serve them coffee, like really, really nice coffee, where we can show them what we're doing as artists at the same time as hosting shows. So we've put up a wall here of all of our instruments, and it's out in the open, and you can see into everything that we're doing. All the puppet shows, all that stuff is just out to embellish the space, and then still have a really nice, warm, inviting space for people to perform in.
I'm in the dark, as candid as a candidate could get and still get